Thinking Out Loud, baby. Another episode. Thank you for tuning in. And we just vibing.
Chatting the night away.
Hey.
Talking.
I'm talking that shit.
Hey. Not stopping till the break of day.
Hey, beautiful day out here in sunny California, man. The mood is kind of getting a little better, you know, still that Nipsey shit, I'm sorry.
This nigga said
still a nigga, I said Nippy.
You want me to turn the AC down?
Rude.
But really though, man, it's affected us all in different ways, but I see that people's spirit is starting to rise up. How you guys feeling about it? Feeling a little better? I mean, we're still in mourning and it's still sad, but I'm also starting to see a lot of people posting more positive things.
Oh yeah.
People out there really trying to, carry on his legacy. One of the coolest things I've seen so far is all the gangbangers in LA got together and low-key came together. It was all peaceful. They had a little march for him and for our brother's name, our good brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I personally haven't seen that since I was 14 in the 90s when the riots happened. We had the gang truce. The ironic part is my son is 14. He got a chance to experience this.
Right.
Our last podcast, we was talking about unity and stuff like that. So, and people are posting it. It's like, it's just the vibe is being cool right now.
For sure.
I hate that we had to lose a good brother for this, but at least some good things is coming about it.
Right. Right. The unity is beautiful, man. And just last night I went out right here in Pasadena, and niggas was like connected, bro.
Right.
Like, motherfuckers that I didn't even know, but this dude knew him would come up, shake my hand, give me a hug. It was crazy. I was like, damn, I'm really feeling the vibe. The vibe is up. Like, seriously, in the black community. It's crazy. It's amazing.
It's a beautiful thing. And from a female perspective, you guys seen it? It's niggas bun hating still, bun shaming. With all the people with buns come together and hold hands in harmony.
You stupid.
You the one with dreadlocks that look like friendship bands.
Hey.
Asshole. Why you talking shit?
Just saying. I just want to get the female's perspective.
I think that it is sad that we had to lose him in order for people to get a sense of just loving one another. But I guess, that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes down.
Good brother, man. I've been seeing a lot of posts and I've been looking into it. And I'm not going to get into that on this podcast, but especially y'all youngsters, you gotta respect the dead, especially our greats, somebody who did so much for so many people. And on that note, I just want to give a big fuck you, go fuck yourself to Kodak Black. I hope you go suck an AIDS-infested dick and then fuck yourself to death, you bitch ass nigga, for the bullshit you said. And that's all I gotta say about that whole
That's rough.
Cancer in my book. Y'all heard about what he said?
I heard about what he said, and I thought it was extremely disrespectful.
Dude ain't even there yet, man.
He's not.
You know what I mean? And it's just,
It was one of those like, nigga, you trying to be funny? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, who does that?
It's retarded. It's just irresponsible. It's just disrespectful. And the thing is, he got a big following, and I don't want these youngsters who like his music. I don't fuck with it, and I never will now, especially. But for them to think that's cool for clickbait, just to get likes. People do stupid shit just to get likes.
Yeah.
It's like likes are the new currency.
It is.
Clickbait, clout chasing, whatever you want to call it. It's just the most retarded shit. I teach my son, because he in that high school age, like, hey man, if I ever catch you doing a challenge, I don't give a fuck. I'm going upside your head, bro. You're not a follower. People doing shit for likes, man, and it's just.
But you know what? That nigga hung himself though.
Yeah.
He hung himself. You know what I'm saying? He took money out of his own pocket, because ain't nobody gonna fuck with him no more like that. I guarantee.
At least out here in Cali, they
not in California.
Niggas, I don't really hear niggas really cater for the dude anyway.
Right. That's politics though. He fucked up.
Yeah, that's just dumb shit. I think he on Atlantic too. He shared the same label that Nip got his deal with when he finally stopped being independent, when he put out the victory lap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know he had beef with Lil Wayne. I know Lil Wayne had a baby with Lauren London as well. So I don't know if that was an undertone shot at that either, but it's just a bunch of weird shit. But you still gotta be fucking tasteful, man.
No,
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Situation, yeah, for sure. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's just fucked up, man. But it is what it is, man. I don't fuck with him. I won't subscribe to none of his bullshit. But let suckers niggas do sucker nigga shit. Real niggas do real things. We real niggas over here thinking out loud. So make sure y'all like and subscribe. So anyway, man, how everybody doing? How was y'all week? Everything cool?
Everything cool, man.
Everything is copacetic.
You know, doing them cool little stories. You didn't get no draws or church socks and nothing?
I think buy me a pair of socks.
I bought some more underwear.
I think buy me a couple more pair of socks though.
Right? I did buy some new underwear though.
You bought some underwear?
I
What kind of draws you get?
did. Okay, it's really cute. I order all my underwear offline because my boobs are ginormous. So I can't just go to the store and be like, oh, you got them H's? I'd be like, bitch, no.
You wear H?
Yes, I wear H. I wear 42H.
Ah, damn.
And the only place I can go to if I actually want to go to a place is the Wizard of Bras. Like, I can't go to, like, Victoria.
Wait. What's the name again?
It's called the Wizard of Bras. It's in Monrovia. They're so awesome. I love you guys. They're
They got
awesome.
yellow brick panties?
Yes, they might. They might. They just might. You'd be surprised what you find
I
there.
heard that Victoria's Secret is going out of business.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
I heard.
I'm not believing that at all.
No? That's just a little rumor I heard clicking through the internet and shit. But
Yeah, right.
you can't shop there anyway, right?
No, I can't.
H bitches don't shop there.
No.
Was it D cups? You know?
I think the largest cup size they have is like a double D.
Yeah. I remember I used to go with my girl to Forever 21. It used to be an all-girl store. And now I heard they sell nigga clothes there.
They do.
You think they do the same with Victoria's Secrets? Niggas gonna start going there to get their drawers and shit. Victor's Secret section. I would never in my life buy a pair of drawers from Victor's Secret. I'm at Style 7 with the cheap knockers.
Okay.
He said Victor's Secret.
But no, it's crazy because we're talking about lingerie, underwear, and all that. But Sis came up with a cool little thing I wanted to holler at you guys about. She was saying, is stripping a form of prostitution?
Ooh.
That's interesting.
And me personally, I think that it is. For the simple fact that you are selling sex and you're getting money for it. Now, I've bounced this idea off a couple of people. And I really don't like bouncing it off of women because women naturally are judgmental against other women who are in the sex game. So I'm not ever gonna ask a woman because she's gonna be like, oh my god, that bitch a hoe. And it's like, no, because there's a difference between a prostitute and a whore. And if I have to choose
A prostitute and a whore?
and a whore.
Okay, I'm interested.
Yeah,
You got me.
Well, the prostitute is gonna sell her pussy and she's going to get some type of
Compensation for
for her services.
Right.
Where the whore is just gonna be out there giving her pussy.
Oh,
party.
okay, I see what you're saying.
And if I had to choose from it, I'd be a prostitute. Not to say that it's ever cool to put a price on yourself, but I mean, if you're gonna do it, I mean, do it in excellence.
Right.
So, you know, there's a lot of people that are in the sex game that and I believe a lot of them are just fucking delusional. If you are a stripper, I'm never knocking the hustle because I used to do that shit when I was 18. You know what I mean?
Where's your stripper man?
Cavassier.
It's gonna be a drink. It's gonna be a drink. What? You said your stripper.
It was Cavassier. It was.
Lady.
Oh, everything. This is not a joke. This is not a game, and I am not ashamed of what I did. I needed books.
Niggas, get your dollars ready.
Okay.
Come to the stage.
But I never worked in a club.
Okay.
I worked through an escort service.
Oh.
So I only did private parties. So
You doing it?
Who is this?
I've been knowing him my whole life. I never
who is this? I'm
Did you know the
serious.
extras?
I did not do extras.
Was you tempted? 'Cause
I was tempted. Don't get it twisted. Like, yes, it's fast money. You get a lot of money, but it ain't good money.
You just drug somebody and rob them?
No.
Cardi.
He just rubes.
But no, because with stripping, it's entertainment, you know, it's sexual, it's seductive and everything, they get paid for it, but you're not actually having sex.
So, just because you're not necessarily having sex does not mean you're not selling sex.
You selling sex.
You are definitely selling sex.
And so that's a form of prostitution.
It's exactly.
Right, so
it's
like,
a form. I'm not flat out calling a stripper a straight up prostitute unless that bitch in the champagne room giving up the puss. But if you're not, you actually giving Larry a lap dance, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. All I'm saying is, bitch, be clear about what game you in and what hustle you got. And I'm never knocking it. I'm never knocking nobody hustle.
So,
but be honest about what you're doing. Like, I've literally talked to people who are in the porn industry, are women who are escorts, are women who are streetwalkers. You know what I'm saying? All of them, except the streetwalker, are fucking delusional about what they're doing. They're delusional. Except the streetwalker. She knows she out there selling her pussy. Straight up.
Delusional is a strong word because maybe they're just embarrassed of what they do.
If you're embarrassed, why are you doing it?
Well, they need the money, whatever, they're in that situation, but they just don't necessarily need it out there because you can't just see a prostitute and be like, oh, she's a prostitute.
No, you can't.
If a motherfucker, you at Starbucks or something, somebody got scrubs in front of you, you be like, oh, he works at the hospital.
Exactly.
You know, and especially the way women's dress these days, you can't tell.
You really can't tell.
Who's a stripper?
But even like with, okay, when I say delusional, I mean just this. Don't get offended if somebody calls you a prostitute and you're a porn star, because are you cashing a check for that film you
I
just
definitely believe porn stars are hookers.
They're hookers.
Yeah.
They're hookers on a corporate scale.
Right.
Straight up. The company, an association that you are working for is your pimp.
They're getting fucked for money.
You're getting pimped straight out. You are. I don't care what you have going, what you're saying. You are having sex for money.
Yeah.
Escorts, the same thing. You think that just because, what did I say, Dad? You think that just because niggas are allowed to give your pussy an appointment, that shit do not mean that you're not a prostitute.
Yeah.
You're a fucking
You know
prostitute.
what works? No, the pussy got a 4 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. She got a 4 o'clock with jam. I'm sorry. Maybe I can pencil you in right here.
Are we shaming though?
I'm never shaming. I'm not shaming you if that's what you want to do.
Okay, like let's just say like you're one of your best friends or a family member, you found out she was doing some shit, something strange for some change. Would you try to talk her out of it, or would you?
No.
Would you just like do your shit?
I would tell her to be careful, and I would tell her getting into the sex industry is very addictive and it's very alluring. It is, and if you don't have a goal, you will get sucked up. You'll get sucked up and chewed up and spit the fuck out.
And me paying, I'm trying to get sucked up. So yeah, shit.
I knew he was gonna do that.
You will be lost in the sauce.
Does you ever pay for some pussy?
No.
No.
Shit.
She said no.
This nigga, hey, I swear he think he cleaner than Jesus. Please,
No, I swear to God. No. Anybody know me? Hey, anybody know me? No, dog. I ain't clean like that.
I tricked before, man.
But nah, I don't.
Back when it was cool to go to Mexico.
No.
Okay, but wait, hold up.
Hey, no, but wait.
Okay, go ahead.
Strip clubs.
Yes,
Strip
what about
clubs.
strip clubs?
Okay, well, I toss a few dollars in.
I don't consider that tricking. You know what you're going there for.
It's
Nah,
still
that's
tricking.
tricking.
You going in there,
That's
and
true.
it's just like one is supposed to have a plan. You got enough money to be like, okay, I'm going here, I ain't gonna spend no more than this much.
The only way you're not tricking is if you get it for free.
Can I say something?
That's the only way you're not tricking.
The
Why
only
you
way
know where they're going?
you can go and just.
It's just
look at-
It's a form of art. It's like going to the
Oh, really?
It's like going to the Dolby.
The ballet?
It's like going to the AMC, dog.
Strip club is the ballet.
Them pole tricks are
It's a form
amazing.
of art. You know what I'm saying?
I think the pole tricks and stuff.
I'm not stripper shaming either. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. People enjoy it. I know I went, especially in my 20s, we used to go all the time. I don't think that's tricking though. I think it's tricking when you go beyond your means, or tricking is just basically using money to get sex, not to enjoy yourself. You go to the strip club to enjoy yourself. Unless it's one of them, you know, you can get
I
no
think
extra.
just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, tricking is in the eye of the beholder. Because what somebody may think is tricking, another person might not. And so, and certain things aren't what they are unless a group of people say that they are. Let's be real. So, me personally, you go into the strip club, all you gotta do is pay your admission and your 2-drink minimum. You don't have to tip bitches, and you don't have to get a lap dance. And me personally, I feel like you're tricking when you do that type of shit.
Oh, okay.
Straight out.
I mean, is it tricking if you got it?
It's still tricking
That's
if you
true,
got
Even
it.
if you got it. I don't
Even if
know
you
who's
got
fucking
it.
off that rule, but
It ain't
I got it. I feel like I'm
No,
tricking, but
whoever
no,
wrote that
I feel-
rule is trying to justify the
What I'm
fact that
saying
it's
is,
tricking.
I with everything you're saying. The only thing, what I say when I used to, frequent the strip clubs and whatnot, I would give myself a budget.
Right.
Let's just say, for instance, okay, I'm not gonna
have
spend
to.
more than $100.
Right.
If I find myself in there spending more than what I said I was gonna spend, okay, now I'm tripping.
Okay.
You feel me? But going to the strip club or going to a club is kind of the same thing. You're gonna pay $20 for parking, $20, $50 to get in, buying drinks. You're gonna end up spending about a note anyway on a night out. You feel me? So I don't know, man. I'm gonna buy you some pussy for your birthday.
No.
Never.
Is that tricky?
I don't need them.
Allegedly.
That's true.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Allegedly.
We will be right back after these important messages from my titties.
I love all you guys in the same game.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Thinkin Out Loud. We should be back from break, man. Like I said, I just want to take this time to thank you guys for checking this out. Please like and subscribe, share, and all that good shit. Yeah, did. But during break, we was talking about blowing on the booty, and Rashida got a big booty. So I'm thinking the guy who blew on her ass was neglected as a child because he didn't have no birthday. Blew out the candles. Did the nigga make a wish?
I don't know. Maybe in his mind. Maybe in his mind. I don't know.
That's the bottle when you make it.
Well, first of all, you assholes thought he was blowing on my butt cheek, not my fucking hole. He was blowing on my anus, not my butt cheeks.
That's some nasty shit. That nigga's nasty.
Yes, he is.
It took a lot of. He had to go up in there, fix it. Do. Never mind. Anyway, that's
It was
not
from the
fucking
past.
segment
It was
for.
from the past.
Does you want on booty? No.
Doug is a fucking bruise.
Allegedly.
Okay. Allegedly.
Square.
He is a square, allegedly.
Every time you blow a bubble, you think about blowing on ass. Like, you stay with guns, nigga. Anything with you gun like blows booty.
That's a lie.
This is not what this segment is for.
It's really not. That's not what this segment's about.
I am sick.
Let's do it.
And that's what we're gonna talk about. Mental health.
Yes.
Sickness in the hood.
Sick.
Hate to keep taking it back to the nip thing, but if that dude did what he did and it wasn't no conspiracy behind it, that dude is sick. And we got a lot of these sick motherfuckers in the hood. And we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I know you work with a lot of kids and stuff like that, as well as you.
Yeah.
Mental health, man. Speak on that shit,
It's
bro.
huge, man. Mental health is a big thing. For him to do that, he had to have it had to be some type of jealousy or envy behind that. And in my opinion, jealousy and envy is a form of mental health issues. Because mental health is a combination of like psychological, environmental, and biological. You know what I'm saying? And if those things are not lining up together correctly, then you're gonna have some psychological issues. So my thing is that it's okay to be. It's not okay to be jealous of a person or envy a person. But if you do, I feel that is a mental health issue. And I feel that if you want to take this person off this earth because of his or her status, that's another form of mental health issue. You know what I'm saying?
You think
Okay.
just hold on real quick, Rashida. Just the fact of murdering somebody in general, just think about it.
Right.
You gotta be outside your mind to do that. I mean, I've been in the military. I mean, these people go to war.
Right.
Even though it's legal for them to go out there and shoot, bang, bang, they come back fucked up.
Right.
So just to be in that mindset to take somebody out anyway
Right.
is a form of fucked up mental shit going
Sure.
on. And I agree with you. I think environment does influence.
Right.
Like what you're around, it influences how you are. It's not the case all the time, but I see that in impoverished neighborhoods, black or white, it doesn't matter on that part, but there's a little bit more weird shit that goes on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm
Because the
saying?
environment, it takes a toll on you. If you grown up in a house of no love, abuse, neglect, all these things, it's gonna fuck with your psyche somehow, some way.
Right.
If you go talk to a serial killer and you tell them they weren't always a serial killer, they were young before that. You know what I'm saying? And you ask them what happened along the way, what made you do this? It was the environment. It was the way they grew up. Something happened to them. It made them want to do this.
Hurt people,
and it
hurt
created
people.
a monster.
Hurt
You know
people,
what I'm
hurt
saying?
people.
So,
Yeah.
but with Nip thing, the reason why I touched on that was because it was premeditated. He left, then came back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
what you gotta say? You got something in your mind? Go ahead.
Well, jealousy and envy to me becomes a sickness when you put action behind it. And I don't care what anybody says or how mentally sound they may think they are. Being jealous of somebody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has experienced that. Everybody has experienced being jealous of someone or having someone being jealous of them. It does not mean that you're sick or you have mental illness. It's just something going on with you that you're insecure about. Now, if you take it to a whole nother level as to try and hurt somebody, whether you're hurting them mentally or physically, well then that's a different situation. Because I've definitely felt jealousy before, where I was jealous of somebody or a person was jealous of me. I'm not gonna sit up there and say, oh, that bitch is crazy because she's jealous of me. I'm not gonna say that. Whatever is going on with her in her life to where she feels insecure about something that I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, I see that as, it's honestly, to me, there's somewhat of a normalcy in that, because you go through those things when you're growing up. You go through those things when you grow up. Your mother or your father can tell you over and over and over again how beautiful you are and that you're a great person. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we don't consider that to the highest degree. We always are looking at what outsiders think about us and how we live our lives. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I guess, you know, it just depends on what you may think or what another person thinks. But me personally, I don't think that that's a form of mental illness. I just think that that's a growing pain. Now, when you're hurting others,
right,
then something's wrong.
Right.
Like, something's wrong.
Right.
If you're making it a fucking issue and you're making it your life's goal to destroy this person,
right,
then something is definitely wrong with that.
And that's where the psychological disorder comes into play. Because
Right.
it's like the infant stages is hating and envy, but then it builds.
It germinates.
Like he said,
it turns into something else. Like,
exactly,
you know, but even children in quote unquote good environments can turn out bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes I think that just has to do with parents being neglectful of their children. You know what I'm saying? Not really noticing the signs.
Right.
You know, like me growing up. I'm not gonna say that my childhood wasn't good. There were definitely good points, but there are quite a few things that happened to me in my childhood where I could be fucking crazy right now. But sometimes I do think it depends on the willpower of that person. Like the tenacity to just be like, you know what, this is fucked up and it happened to me, but how can I learn from that? How can that specific situation make me better and make me a better person? You know, and I just think sometimes, you know, people succumb to the things that happen to them, or they succumb to their environment. It's sad, but I don't know. I'm just a firm believer that once you become an adult, you know, it's your choice to continue to wallow in that or to try and grow from that. It's your choice. It's your decision, unless you really do have severe mental issues where you're just not, you don't have the capacity. You know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of people do have the capacity. They just want to wallow into that frustration or into that negativity, and you really don't have to. You know, you can rise above it. You can rise above it.
But I think, and you guys both made some great points. I think it's like you said, you have that option, but if you really are sick, you're mentally ill, you know, so it's like, well, what can we do about that? And speaking about environment, of course, it's just general. It's not all across the board, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's a lot of self-hate that's going on.
Right.
I truly believe that God made us in His image, so therefore, when you look at the mirror, appreciate that greatness.
Right.
And a lot of people look at the mirror, i.e. their phone, which is a black mirror, and you're scrolling through and you're seeing all this beautiful shit. People going, we just talking about amusement parks and stuff, like people at Disneyland and Hawaii, they're doing all this, taking pictures in front of Porsches and shit, and it's like the whole world is just beautiful. But in real life, it's really not like that.
Yeah.
And you try to live up to that, so you start sabotaging yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of self-hate. Like you said earlier, hurt people.
Right.
Which is all just sick. It's a form of mental issues that's not really addressed, especially in the black community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you suggest to one of your friends to go seek counseling, they're gonna look at you crazy.
Yeah.
I suggest everybody who's out there in relationships that's married, go to marriage counseling before you just decide to say fuck it. The shit works.
Sometimes I think you need counseling before you even get married.
Yeah,
know what you're getting into when you're with a person, like, because when you're in a relationship with somebody, that means you're in agreement with whatever the fuck they got going, straight up. And it's like I feel like once you get past that first year mark, you pretty much know maybe about 20 to 35% about who that person is, because you really never know anybody until you live with them. But it's just like straight up, like, especially if you've dealt with a person before and you decide to give it another chance.
Right.
Like if a nigga's a cheater and you know, okay, that nigga's a cheater, so you chose to get into that relationship, you know what I'm saying? So you knew what you were getting into. So how are you gonna move past it?
Right.
How are you gonna move past that? Or this girl that you've hooked up with, she has kids. You know she has kids. You may not really be kind of sure about that, but you're telling her that you're sure if you allow yourself to get in a relationship with her.
And once again, as long as you got that self-love,
Right.
it don't matter who the fuck you date because you love you.
You love you.
Exactly.
And people forget that. Like, you want to do everything for the person, everything for the person. If everybody focus on them and be the best version of them, what do you think you're going to bring to the relationship?
Right.
You're going to bring your best self.
Right.
So of course you're going to date your mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
You're dating yourself inevitably. You know what I mean? Like all that shit, pointing fingers and shit, you really dating yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if everybody's focused on them, they love themselves, it's going to be the best for that relationship.
Right.
Whether the bitch got kids, whether she gained weight during a relationship, whether she ain't sucking your dick, whatever the fuck the problem is, once you cool and you solid standing on your square, that shit gonna work.
Right. For sure.
But you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
We too busy living for the fucking world, clicking and posting and seeing everything else and trying to live up to the Joneses, and we forgot to just take time to just appreciate your damn
That's
self.
crazy,
Right.
man. It's crazy.
I think that's probably the bottom line of mental health in the first place. You
Yeah.
lose yourself because you don't love yourself.
Right.
You ain't gonna lose your baby.
Well.
You know what I'm saying? Because as crazy as we call this dude shitty local whatever who shot Nip, the nigga had sense enough to get the fuck up out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had sense enough to go get the pistol.
Right.
He ain't totally fucking gone, so
Right.
you got sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just something fucked up here. And it goes back down to self-hate, with relationships, all that shit.
Right.
What you do in the streets, how you treat other people.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
How you make your bun.
My bun
It's
is
a beautiful
fine,
bun.
okay?
And that's cool thing about you love yourself and it resonates.
Right.
You feel me? That's the reason why you laugh more than you cry.
Yeah.
I
You know what I'm
do.
saying? I'm the
You know
opposite.
what? Okay, this is a complete sidebar, but since that you said that, so when I was getting off the Greyhound coming from Vegas,
Nah, you just suck on dick on the ground, dude.
Hey, y'all so disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
You up on that one.
Yeah, I know, man.
I was foul. Go ahead.
you
No, I ain't gonna
should
tell you. I'm not
say
gonna test you, man. Little little boy.
that.
I
Anyway,
love that little boy.
babe, no. So anyway, because I know you're gonna be watching this. Anyway, with your bitch ass. But no, this dude, he was trying to holler at me, and it was just hella funny. You know what I'm saying? He had made a comment about, he was like, why you laugh so much? Why you smile so much? Why you always smiling? I was like, I'm sorry that I'm jovial and that most of my life is pretty happy and yours is that.
Right.
Frowning and shit.
I'm not about to be walking around here frowning and having an attitude, because I have it in my mind already that bringing negativity to negativity,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's more negative shit.
it's just more negative things.
It's
You know what I'm
mindset
saying?
shit.
Like, and it just keeps going and going and going. Like, I'm not about to do that. You know?
Doug, you've been in a relationship for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
how do you think about like bringing positivity to the relationship and like laughing more than you cry and fucking more than you fight?
That's my.
Y'all fuck more than you fight?
Yeah, most definitely. That's.
Oh my God, Doug doesn't
He finally
mean that
answered
he's
some
fucking
shit.
his girl, right?
Yeah. This is a mellow motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
How much of that got to do with you loving you?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get in my mood sometime, and but she told me something that was very significant. She said that it's not your responsibility to make me happy,
Right.
and it's not my responsibility to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be happy within yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta be happy within myself.
Right.
And we bring that happiness into the
And
relationship.
project.
Right. Because who
And I
the
was
fuck
like,
wants to tap
damn.
dance for their
I never heard that before, but when
Yeah,
I
that makes
heard that, I was
sense.
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because some motherfuckers do wallow in their feelings and be like,
Mhm.
why is she not making me happy? Or why is he not making me happy?
Right.
But it's not that individual's responsibility
Responsibility.
to make you happy. Because I can do everything in the world to try to make you happy. Everything. I can buy you cars, all that shit, and it's not resonating. Because that's not what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get in tune with yourself.
There you
and
go.
with God
That's my whole
and,
point.
And work those things out on the inside.
Gotta be
first.
happy with you. You
Yeah.
can't love me if you don't love you.
Yeah.
Right.
Number one, and like you said, making a motherfucker happy. Who the fuck wanna tap dance their whole relationship?
Right.
Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck
This
that.
little shuffleboard.
Hey, we'll be
change
right
everything.
back. Thank you for tuning in. Barbershop Max, Shooter B and Doug. We'll be right back. Thinking out loud. Merry Christmas. Temptation. That's your episode of Thinkin Out Loud. We just clowning and vibing, trying to keep the vibe alive. You dig? During break,
Yes.
we were talking about some shit.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
Shit.
in just a regular sexual relationship and that's all y'all did?
Yup.
That's all we getting?
That's all you.
This is why Doug ain't shit. This is why Doug ain't shit. Everybody else is being open, but Lil Bill over here is sitting on the end of the couch.
Little Bill. Hope you didn't drug her, man.
Just sex.
Where my
sex.
dad at?
What are the rules? Because I've been married for so long. What's the rules to just fucking? Like,
I don't know.
I imagine
I'm out of the game.
the sex gotta be bomb at least, right?
I mean, I think
that's
as long
number
as,
one.
thank you, I think as long as you're clear about what it is,
Right.
you know.
Do we get jealous?
Some people do get jealous.
I haven't had just a sex relationship in so many years. I gotta speak on some shit back in the 90s. Nigga, back in the 90s, it was taboo to eat pussy.
My nigga said back in the 90s.
Nigga, I sound old than a motherfucker. Now eating pussy is fine. So, would you get mad if you ate a girl's pussy and then she didn't let you fuck?
Shit, I got mad thing.
Oh, that's happened to you before.
Hell yeah.
Do tell.
Look, this is. Finally, I can get done. It was a long time ago. But no, I didn't do it. But she was trying to get me to do it in order to have sex.
Oh,
back
I
then,
got you.
back then, I thought eating pussy was just the nastiest shit
Ever.
ever.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I would not. I'm like, niggas was talking about that shit. Like, nigga, you gotta eat the pussy so you get a mustache. Nigga, what?
That
Guess I won't have one.
was an urban legend.
Hey.
You know how I learned how to eat pussy? I would spell the alphabet on her clitoris
Man, he's a nasty motherfucker.
in Arabic.
How old was you? First time.
High school age.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That young?
Management.
Yeah.
Strikes again.
I started eating pussy, probably around sophomore yearish.
Wow.
Oh,
That's young.
oh.
And they don't even clean themselves that well back then. Like at
They
that
don't?
age. I don't
What
think
kind of
so.
dirty bitches you fucking?
On everything.
You went to
on,
Free Mr. Clark High School.
Sophomore
nigga
year?
on Cephas. Who was you fucking with?
Wait.
That was not clean washing their ass.
Sophomore year, they still got hot Cheetos on their fingers
Nah.
and shit.
Never.
Dirty ass shoes.
You gotta remember when I
No.
was in school was like a fashion show.
That's
Niggas wouldn't
right.
even go to school if they wasn't clean. We
That-
smelled, like my son don't even own cologne and shit. Nigga, I had a collection of cologne and shit. Nigga, niggas was clean.
I was making
like,
my Bath and Body work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At
But they-
13.
Yeah, I done messed with some cute looking girls on the outside, but on the end, it wasn't all that.
It wasn't all that great.
No.
Rashid, how old was you when you
No.
first got your cunnilingus on?
Oh,
When it got down, they know, it's not ugly. I speak fluent cunnilingus.
This nigga is sick.
Wow. I was 17.
Yeah.
Well,
See, high school age. Yeah, it's about the same, you know. It was taboo though. That wasn't nothing you bragged about. Like, yeah, nigga, I went down on her, bro.
Yeah, back then, hell no.
In middle school though, finger banging was the shit.
Now, yeah, no, okay.
I'm gonna put 2 fingers in her. And the more fingers you got in her, she was a hoe. Like, oh, she's a hoe. She got 3 fingers. Like, you know.
Yeah, or
The
everything.
good old days. Now I'm on the outside looking in. My son is that age. I gotta talk with him. 'Cause they got diseases now. It's just like your dick just explode. Like you know how you can tell the gender of the baby at the baby shower. That's how your dick do. Like, oh, it's eggs.
This bitch said, oh, it's AIDS.
That's how you can't pronounce.
How did he take the talk? Like, was he comfortable? Was he kind of like, Dad, come on, man?
I didn't talk to him about talking about this on the show, and I know he watches this.
Right.
But I had to draw a line. I really literally had to draw a line between being his father and not trying to go to be his friend. Like,
Right.
I'm still your dad, you know what I mean?
Right.
And on the inside, I'm like, yeah.
Right.
But it came out like, man, you be careful.
Yeah.
Make sure you strap it up and all that good stuff. But I'm glad that he's
Yeah.
open enough and comfortable enough
Yeah.
to talk to me like that. And to me, I just felt proud because that's how I've raised him.
Right.
'Cause a lot of people do shit in the dark. Like, I never had that talk. You know what I'm saying? Even with my uncles and shit, my father wasn't there, but I never had that talk with an adult.
Right.
Me
I
neither.
kind of learned all that shit on my own.
Right.
And you had an older brother.
Yeah, okay. My perception of sex and relationships has always been fucked up. Just watching my brother and his friends because they're horrible. Well, you guys were extremely horrible back in the day.
Shout out to Shaka.
And the fuckery was too real with them, and just their get down and how they dealt with women. But you know, you get older, you think it kind of made me like, if niggas is like this, I'm kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like when I first had sex, it was,
On some love and basketball shit?
yeah, it was just kind of like, okay.
For real. It didn't hurt.
Yeah, that shit hurt, but it was like, it was just weird. It was just a whole weird experience. And like all my friends was like making it seem like sex was just so fucking bomb. I was like, bitch, you guys are all fucking liars. This shit is painful. I feel like my cooch is on fire. Like after, I was just like, not even want to walk. Like, I'm like, this is bullshit. Like,
Hey, but
why?
shit, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I had sex, I was young, so I never jacked off or nothing before. So I never experienced a nut. So when I first had sex, I remember thinking like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit cool. This shit real cool. Nigga, I'm about to pee in this bitch. Jumped up and I ran to the bathroom and just stood over the toilet. And nothing came out, and the girl in there in the room laughed.
She laughing?
She's like, nigga, you was about to, because she was a little older than me. She already had did this shit before. She
Molestation.
was like, you was about to get, not like that. She
Here we go.
wasn't the female R. Kelly, nigga. She was like Roberta Kelly. Nah, man, but after that nut, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. All my socks was hard.
Couldn't be no black lights in the room. None at all. Damn.
Forensics team's gonna see shit everywhere.
Everywhere.
Damn it, Johnson. Damn it, Johnson. There's evidence everywhere.
But for real though, cause like once you do get your sexual niche, then you just
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You
Never
just
be the
go.
same again.
Never.
Never the same
Like,
again.
Yeah.
my first time was horrifying, and I didn't have sex for like 6 months. And then when I got with my
Don't say no name.
I'm not, nigga. I'm about to say my boyfriend at the time. Damn.
Social security numbers and shit out.
My boyfriend at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like once we started having sex, we was doing it all the time.
Yeah. When I had my first girlfriend like that, we was fucking like rabbits. Like
All the
fucking,
time.
it was amazing.
The first time I ever, the first time I ever had sex on camera was when I was coming out of high school.
Oh, seriously?
On everything with my dude.
You ever fuck a white guy before?
Yeah, no.
That's so racist.
Damn.
You Tom shaming?
Whatever. I don't like pink dick.
Ooh, wait.
Sorry.
Damn, Daniel, that's how you feel?
That's exactly how I
You're
feel.
fucking Asian, Mexican, anything
I-
non black?
I'll fuck a Mexican, but no.
So Jose Jose get the pussy before sex.
Jose would definitely get the pussy before Blake.
What's up, man? I'm from Philly.
Y'all motherfuckers.
How you feel about that, man?
What's
outside,
up?
You ever fuck outside straight?
Hell yeah.
You
I don't discriminate, dog.
You don't discriminate?
Hell no.
All pussy's good.
All pussy's good.
All pussy matters.
I really can't stand dudes sometimes because you guys have pussy urban legends, and that shit is so fucking annoying.
Who?
Like, just men, period. Like, okay, because you already know my homeboys or whatever that I grew up with, and they're fucking disgusting. And like the shit that they would say sometimes, I would be like, you motherfuckers really got pussy urban legends? Like how they sit over and talk about Mexican girls have like the wettest pussy, and I was like, so she has really wet pussy because she's Mexican?
See.
See,
White girls get the best head.
that is not
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, man.
Thank you.
No, I'm talking about the
That
urban
is
legends. I'm not
true.
saying. But, every myth got a little bit of truth to it. It came from somewhere because black women just got on white women level the last 5-6 years.
You think so?
Absolutely not.
Y'all didn't want
That's
your hair
not
get pulled.
That is not
Y'all wasn't
true.
trying to suck dick from the back. See what that
That
was
is
like. None of
not
that.
true.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, oh, wait.
It's just his dumb ass mind. That is not true. I think just
How does that work?
as black people, like,
This nigga is Who is this nigga?
I'm speaking in
Oh,
general.
God.
I'm not saying from personal. What I'm saying is though, for a minute, I mean, some myths got some truth to it. White women was a little bit more kinkier than black women, especially when the bundles and shit. So you can't pull a black woman's hair.
yeah, you can.
You got good hair.
I do not have good
I
hair.
didn't say that. I'm sorry.
Have
Good hair is healthy hair. Let me
Thank
just
you.
put that out there. I'm not trying to shame anybody who wear weaves or anything like that. But at the same time, black woman go get her hair done. She got a weave and she paid all that money for it. You hit it from the back and pull that shit. That's gonna fuck up the whole vibe. Becky don't give a fuck.
I still think that is an urban legend. There are black women out there who have really juicy pussy. There are black women out there that can really suck dick. And there's black women out there that like getting their hair pulled.
Yeah, of course. But that shit is new.
It's not
He
new.
says you.
That is
That shit is new. That's like I say
Oh,
era.
that's it.
That's when they started getting the freak out.
not. No, honestly,
Nah,
I know.
man.
I just think that with black women and just in our culture, we get shamed a lot.
Oh, what?
Just,
black women.
it's not that it has nothing to do with love. It's just how they're portrayed if they're a certain type of way sexual.
Okay.
And so, like, I mean, me, I don't give a fuck. Like, to me, sex should be something that is enjoyable. And if you're having sex and it's not enjoyable, you should kill yourself.
Indeed.
Because that makes absolutely no sense to have sex and it's not a stone cold groove.
I personally, I like black women. That's just me. But I have partook in other genres. And from I'm not saying this is true all across the world, but from what I know, and I went to school with a lot of white chicks, they want to keep their virginity. They let you fuck them in the ass, just to say a version. Sucking dick really ain't a thing. I remember these two girls almost got to a fight because they were friends, and the friend messed with the guy. And she's like, "How could you do that?" She's like, I just sucked his dick." You don't hear about that shit in black culture, you know what I'm saying?
No.
So it's like it's a whole different mentality, and I think those are where those myths are born.
Yeah.
Mexican women, beautiful fucking women. I'm not gonna say Mexican, I'm saying Latino women, period. Beautiful fucking women. They look just like black women, but they got that exotic other look. So it's like they got the black body, but they still got the straight long hair and all that old shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they still got the flavor of our culture. And I think that's the reason why black men kind of tear over there.
Right.
My only issue with any of that shit is if you only fuck with people, certain people. Like I only fuck with white girls, I only fuck with Mexicans. Like now, okay, that's one of those things we was talking about in the last segment. That's some self-hate shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a reason why you ain't fucking the person who look like the chick who birthed you.
Right.
It's a reason behind that shit. So that's when it's kind of an issue with
Oh, no,
fuck
man.
who you want to fuck, all pussy good pussy. I ain't never had bad pussy. Pussy is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That was great.
Just saying. You
Let's
ever had some
go
bad
now.
pussy?
Yeah, I ain't never had no
Have you had
nasty
that
ass
pussy
pizza.
Have you had got bad pussy, Doug?
Nah.
That's so unfair. That's so unfair.
Allegedly.
I definitely had bad dick.
I've had some bad head.
Okay.
I've had
Bad
some
head.
bad
Okay,
head.
so I
That
think
shit's wrong.
I think for dudes like the equivalent of bad pussy or whatever would be bad head for a guy. But
Yeah.
if you're a woman, you definitely had bad dick.
Explain to the people what bad dick is considered.
Okay.
I hope I ain't never had a BDR, bad dick report. Let's just see.
Okay.
BDR niggas. This is for you.
Bad dick. Now has nothing to do with the size whatsoever. Has nothing to do with the size. Has to do with your stroke game. Okay.
Stroking.
Now, because a lot of people think, oh, he's got a big dick, like that solidifies it being good. It does not. Nigga can have a big dick and be trying to fucking stab you from the fucking inside. You know what I'm saying? Turning your damn uterus into a shish kebab. That is not okay. The rabbit method or the rabbit fucking for big penises, don't ever do that.
Jackhammer.
Ever. Don't do the jackhammer and you actually have a jackhammer in your pants.
Damn it.
If you have a smaller penis, yeah, you know, that's so funny because I find myself, I do that all the time. You know, if you have a medium size, I say penis if it's not big, and I say dick if it's big. That's horrible. I got terrible.
Penis.
But you know, they're like, yeah, penis is so cute. But yeah, you know, it's all about your stroke game. Like I know that some women think that if you have a little dick, you know what I'm saying, that you're whack. No, bitch, you just might have Grand Canyon pussy. That's all.
You're
You know what I'm
endowed
saying?
challenged.
Yeah. You might want to consider some Kegels. Just throwing it out there.
Oh shit.
Because pussy is a muscle, it should always be tight.
So
it shouldn't
bad
matter.
dick though, like you fucking nigga, it was whack. How you feel after?
You
try
feel
to jack off
cheated.
and get
You
your dildo
feel
finished?
fucking cheated. You feel fucking duped. When you've had sex with somebody and they've like, not only have they boasted about their dick game, but they get you all hot and steamy and shit. And then it's like, what the fuck? Where's my finale?
Porno, nigga, hot and steamy.
Like, where's my finale? Where is that finish? Like, cause I mean, for me personally, it's not just about your stroke game. Like, I want foreplay. I need a climactic moment
Got that man.
before the finish.
Got
That's
the bird to
what
get
I
that
want.
monkey off.
And you are gonna have to work to get mine off. Shit.
What about quickies? You like quickies?
Quickies are awesome, but I like quickies in like public places.
Oh shit.
I like quickies in public places.
She once got busy in Burger King bathroom.
And I like quickies in other places of the house other than the bed. So like if we're in the kitchen, like, you know, I like to get poked, you know, in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know,
My quickie game is cool first thing in the morning. I like the AM quickie.
The
Morning
AM
sex.
I don't like AM sex.
And on the side, just, good morning, bitch.
I mean, it's like I'll do it, but I've never liked, I don't like sucking dick when I just wake up.
Your mouth be all crusty and shit.
Exactly, it's just nasty. It's like, no.
Gingivitis in the penis.
But it's like, you know, and like, you know, if it's my man, you know what I'm saying, I don't have a problem. Like, it's my man, all right, I'll give you this hot head. It's cool.
Ladies, please take notes, man, because the longer you're in a
eventually
relationship,
I will get into it.
the longer you're in a relationship, the less heads you get. Sorry to put you out there like that, but it starts.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
You got desert dick?
No, I ain't got desert dick. I'm just saying, it ain't as fluent as it used to be. I used to get road head.
It's so funny that you're saying that. Because, okay, so.
I had to get Apollo home. Or they had the forecast. Just put it out. Road, that doesn't exist anymore. It's toys and car seats and shit in the car now.
It's a car seat.
It's not the same, man.
Man.
Suck some dick, ladies. Save marriages. You still get road head?
Sucking dick saves.
Look, he was watching. Look, you still get road head?
You wrote it down.
In the act right?
Thanks for tuning in to Thinkin Out Loud.
Allegedly.
Oh, man.
I don't know, like, I don't think that that it's okay for you to stop sucking your man's dick. Suck your man's dick.
Suck his dick.
Suck that nigga dick.
Suck
Like,
that, ladies.
cause for sure, if you don't suck that nigga dick, another bitch will.
But on the contrary, though, I don't eat the pussy as much as I used to either.
Well, you need to.
I can't sit up there and point the finger. So now, yeah, I'm not speaking in general. I'm speaking personal. I put it out there. I don't give a fuck. Still get head, but not as often.
Maybe you don't get it as often.
What's a good amount a week? How much head should you get per week?
I don't know. Like, I feel like.
What's a good cool?
I don't know, cause I suck my man dick at the drop of a dime.
You said at the drop of a dime?
Hell yeah.
Damn, talk to the people.
I'm sucking my man
Talk
dick.
to the people, man.
I'm sucking his dick at the drop of the dime. Like, sometimes I'll suck his dick and don't want to have sex. Like, it just turns me on, turning him on. What?
Because that's every
That's
man.
what you just said. That's amazing.
That's every man's
it
dream.
You
turns
get
me
your dick sucked at
on.
the drop of a dime guy?
It turns me on when he's turned on.
Okay.
That turns me on. So
I'm one
like,
of those. I get pleasure by giving pleasure.
yeah, like, you know, he having a bad day, suck his
And
dick.
fellas too, if you have to ask your girl if she came, nigga, she didn't. You should know.
Yeah.
That bitch should be laid out.
I ain't gonna lie,
Chocolate get around her.
I'm guilty of that.
You be asking your girl?
Yeah, I'm guilty of that shit.
You didn't come, baby?
With that voice too. With the deep voice. You come in? Yeah.
You know she ain't, man. She on her phone.
Playing Candy Crush. Like, you bitch ass nigga. You know it, not fucking cut.
Hey,
Don't
man.
tell me.
This is X-rated today. I did not mean to go there, man.
Yeah, man.
Once again, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
A great one.
Yes.
LA loves you. The world loves you. I hope everybody keeps up this spirit with this unity, especially these gangbangers out there. It's an amazing time to be alive. God damn it, this is Thinking Out Loud. You can reach me at Barbershop Matt on all my platforms. Go ahead and tell them how they can get in touch with you.
You can reach me on Sheetabita35 on Instagram and Sheetaboot36 on Snapchat.
Hey, W-Dub.
DSW03 on Snapchat.
This nigga still.
We finna make this nigga an Instagram page. Okay, we finna make him an Instagram page.
Like and subscribe, share. We appreciate
Yes.
y'all. See y'all next week.
I love you.
Bitch.